Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are decluttering all of my face palettes. Let's dive in. I'm gonna really try and cut these down because I really don't need this much given how many face products I already kept. I don't need the palettes as badly, so let's do this. Let's grab these on top. These are two of the ColourPop. I think there's a third. These are the ColourPop face, oh Christ. Let's just put this here, shall we? These are the ColourPop face duo things. I have this one in a shade I don't know because ColourPop didn't put the names on them. I have this one which is like a peachy blush with a coppery peach highlight. This I'm going to get rid of because this highlight is too dark for me. And because these blushes are so pigmented, the blush just doesn't look right on my skin tone. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. This one I think is the one I'm going to keep. Yep, this is the one in the pinks where I can get away with wearing this. The highlight's a little too much, but I use it as a really nice blush topper instead and it works, so I will keep that. This one I'm torn about. This is the Alexis Ren one that everyone got. I think it's called Topaz. It's really pretty. I mean, the highlight is very, very gorgeous, but again, it's too dark on me, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. No idea if you can still even buy any of those, so... I have this from Japanesque, which is a, come on, focus. There it goes. This is a base palette, so it gives you blushes, highlights, and bronzers. I did try a few of these out. They're nice, but I just don't see myself reaching for it, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass this on. This bad boy. I am not getting rid of this. This is the NARS, I think it's Bord de Plage. Highlighting palette, which is absolutely gorgeous. I think this is an amazing highlighting palette, and it has one of my favorite bronzers. These are the light diffusing bronzers by NARS, which I mentioned in the bronzer declutter video. I love these. The only one thing I can't wear in here with a little difficulty is the dark gold, which I think is just called Gale. I can't wear that one, but I can wear everything else, so I'm definitely keeping it. Next is this. This is the Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man Tell No Tales blush palette from Lorac. I love this palette. I think it's amazing. I think it looks great. The Caribbean shade right here is a little hard for me to pull off occasionally. I have to have the right face makeup going on, but the rest of it is beautiful, so I am going to keep this. I think it's cute and adorable. Next is this bad boy, which I just got, and I am not getting rid of it. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Volume 3 palette. Gorgeous, amazing, beautiful. Keeping it. Also keeping this guy. This is the Tarteist, I don't know how you say it anymore, Pro Glow palette. My only comment on this, it's a little hard to open. The sculpt shade's a little dark for me, but the problem is there's now tons of glitter in it because it's fallen out from all the highlights on top. So I think if I were Tarte, I would have put some kind of like a little cover for this because the rest of them are all powders except for that one. So that might have been a good thing to have, but too late now, who knows. Next, I have this. This is the Beauty and the Beast face palette from Lorac. I recently got this. I love the blushes. The highlight is, again, it's a little bit dark on me. It's not too bad, but it isn't, it's a more wearable gold, so I'm leaning towards keeping it. But I think for now it's going to go in a maybe pile until I've figured out what I want to do with it, so this will be the maybe pile. This I'm just going to get rid of. I've never used it. I've never had any desire to use it, so this is just going to go away. This is the Rimmel Sculpting Palette in, I think, Light or Fair or whatever they call it. Next is this. This is the ColourPop and Carouge Femme Rosa palette. This is a very beautiful palette, but I can't wear it. The only thing I can maybe get away with is this pink shade, but the bronzer's too dark, the highlight is too dark, and this is just too pigmented, and since it is on the darker side, it's a little hard for me to wear, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass this on. Next, I have two of these, and I'm actually going to part with both of these. These are the Fiona Styles. This one is the Sculpting palette in Light Medium, which looks like that. It's a really nice palette, but I just don't reach for it, and since the line's now been discontinued, I am going to get rid of it. And then this one's the Illuminating palette, which I think this is maybe the only dud that I found in the line. These are just too sheer for me to wear as highlights, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass them on. Next, I have this from Physicians Formula. This is their Bronze Booster in Matte Sculpt. I haven't actually used this, but it actually was broken when I got it. This is not even really attached in here, this middle one. It's just falling out like it's falling apart. So I could probably depot this and put it into a Z palette, but oh my god, my stuff keeps going off. Shh. But I don't know, so this is also going to go in the maybe pile. I'll see how many sculpting things I have left afterwards, because I probably don't need this. This I am going to keep because it is one of my favorite drugstore contouring things. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contour Palette in Dulce de Leche. It's an amazing palette. I love it a lot. It just works really well. Keeping. Don't fall. Next is the e.l.f. Hello Me. This is the e.l.f. Total Face Palette, which I think was like $8 or something. I haven't really had a chance to use it properly, so I am going to hold on to it. I've only swatched the highlight, which I love, so we'll see. Next is this. This is the BH Cosmetics Nude Blush 10 Color Blush Palette. I think this I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of. I've used it a couple times. It is a nice palette. No, you know what? I'm going to hold on to this and see how many blush palettes I have left at the end, because I do like this, and it does have such a wide variety that it works really well, so I'm going to wait and see at the end, so it's going to go in the maybe pile. Stay. Ouch. Next, I have this. This is the Tarte Don't Be Afraid to Dazzle Double Duty Contour Kit. I am going to just go ahead and pass this on. I have used this a few times and it is nice, but I just don't reach for it, so he's getting a new home. Next, I have this, and I'm finally just gonna go ahead and retire this. This is the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro Palette. I just don't reach for it. I have other contour palettes that I love more, so he's just gonna find a new home. Goodbye. This I am keeping, the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. I really love this one. I used to have the old one. This one's now the new you're able to refill it version, so I am going to hold on to this just because I also love that it's refillable. So nice. Next, I have this palette from Makeup Revolution. This is this the bronzer or the blush? This is the bronze palette. This is like one of my favorite palettes from the drugstore. I'm trying to like, there we go. It's a really, really wonderful palette, but I just don't reach for it. So I am going to go ahead and pass it. Next, I have the Lorac Pro Contour Palette. I think I bought this during a 21 Days of Beauty. I like it. I just don't reach for it as much as I do the Kat Von D or some of the other ones. So I think this one's just going to go. Definitely keeping this bad boy, my Too Faced Cocoa Contour Kit in light medium. I love this thing. I'm not getting rid of it. One of my first contour palettes I ever owned, and I love it. Next, this is brand new, so I have to try it out. This is the Maybelline Master Bronze Palette. So I'm going to keep this, try it out, see how I like it, and then decide whether or not to keep it. Next, I have two palettes from BH Cosmetics, both of which are relatively new to my collection, so I am still trying them out. But I do love them a lot. There's this one, which is in the colors. So you've got yellow, green, blue, white, pink, and, well, purpley and then pink. So I'm definitely going to keep this. And then there's their original just backlight spotlight, which is amazing as well. Again, the only shade in here I have a little bit of a hard time with is actually Radiance down here. I can actually pull off Allure if I try. So I'm definitely keeping both of these because for 10 bucks or whatever, they're amazing. Next, I have two of the Anastasia glow kits. I have the Gleam one, which is now discontinued, which is amazing. Definitely keeping this one. And then I have this one in Sun Dipped. I think you can still buy Sun Dipped. I think this one, I need to pass on because I would much rather have the, I think it's the Sweets palette in my collection, just because these are too dark for me to use. Moonstone even borders on a little dark. I can really only get use out of summer. So I think I am just going to go ahead and pass this. Next is this guy, and I'm keeping him, the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. I love this. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. He is not going anywhere. Next, I have this from Vintage by Jessica Liebskind. This came in a boxy charm, I think. I just don't use this. I've swatched it and I used it a couple times just to try it out, but I don't use it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of it. I think I got rid of the other one too, the individual. Next, I almost dropped it. I have the Alchemy Palette by Kat Von D, the holographic colors. I'm definitely gonna keep this just because I really love the pink opal shade. I might change my mind about it later just because I did keep that BH Cosmetics one, but for now, this guy is going to stay. This is brand new, so I have to try it out. This is the Violet Voss highlighting, well, not brand new, it's brand new to me. The Violet Voss Pro highlighting powders. I feel like I'm already gonna have issues with being able to wear this, so I might, let me just, I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile and I'm gonna swatch it and then make a decision because this might be too dark for me. Oh my god, why did I put you in the maybe pile, contour kit? You don't know. I'm a dum-dum. That goes here. Next, I have the Smashbox and Casey Holmes Spotlight palette in Pearl, which I do love this palette and I do like it a lot, so I am going to keep it because it's great for travel. It's very rare that all the shades in a highlight palette can work for me, so yeah. This is brand new to my collection and I abso-freaking-lutely love it. This is an amazing palette. It's the Sam Marcel Luxurious Highlight Palette. This thing is only like 15 bucks or whatever, or 20 bucks. It's amazing. You need to go out and get it right now. This shade Soleil is just, hold on, let me swatch it for you guys. It's such a gorgeous, look at that. It's amazing. This is definitely a palette that is not super expensive, easily affordable, and it's worth the money. Go get it. Go buy it now. Next, I have this, and I still haven't made up my mind about it. This is the Huda Beauty 3D Highlighter Palette in Pink Sands. This is a beautiful palette, and I've used it a couple times, but I haven't decided whether or not I really actually like it. So for now, I'm going to keep it, but that might change later. Next, I have this from Smashbox. This is, oh, I'm getting highlighter all over it. This is the LA Lights Palette Contour Blush and Brighten, I think. Oh God, open. There we go. This is what it looks like. This is a really cool blush palette, but I just never reach for it. But I really do want to keep it because I do like it. I don't know if you can still buy them in their individual. Each row was originally sold as an individual palette, so I don't know if you can still buy those or if you can still buy this. I'll look at it and decide then. So for now, it'll just go in the keep pile, but I might change my mind once I do more research into whether or not it still exists. Next is this. This is the NYX Sweet Cheeks blush palette. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this because I used it a couple times and I didn't really love it, so it's just going to find a new home. Next, I have this. This is in the Narcissist Unfiltered 2 palette. I love this palette. It's staying. I think NARS blushes are some of the best for sure, so this guy is staying. Next, I have this Becca blush palette in Blushed with Light. I do like this palette, but I think I'm going to pass because the only thing I really use in here is this shade Wisteria, but the thing is this is limited only to the palette. But I think I have enough blushes similar to it that I can just go ahead and pass on this guy. Next, I have the Maybelline Master Blush Palette. This I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of. I've used it a couple times. I don't really like the highlight in here, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass. Next, I have another Makeup Revolution palette. This one is in Hot Spice for the blush palettes. I used to have Sweet Sugar or something like that. I like this, but I just don't reach for it, so he's gonna go get a new home. These are both brand new to my collection. These are the new Ulta Beauty blush palettes. There is one in Peach Pop, which is gorgeous, and I'm gonna keep, and Mad for Mauve, which I like as well, and I'm going to keep. Since they're new, I still need to give them a fair shot before I get rid of them. Next, I'm definitely keeping this guy. This was limited edition. I probably won't use this on camera. This is one of the Tarte Color Wheels. Their new one for 2017 is out now, so you can purchase that if you would like. I probably won't be purchasing that just because I still have this and I love this one. It came with 8 blushes, 2 highlights, and I love it a lot, so he is staying. And last but not least, this guy I am definitely keeping because I just got it. This is the Ofra Professional Makeup Blush Palette, which gives you 12 blushes in here. I haven't used it yet. It is brand new, so I'm going to keep this and try him out. Okay. Now, this is all gonna come crashing down. Now, I'm gonna go back through my Maybe palette. I'm definitely gonna get rid of this BH Cosmetics one since I'm keeping that Smashbox one for now. The Violet Voss Pro I have to swatch. I'm gonna get rid of this guy, I think, the Physicians Formula. I just don't see myself grabbing it. And I think I will keep the Lorac one, just because I love the formula of the Lorac, and since I can make that gold shade work for me, I think I will just go ahead and keep him. Let me just really quickly on my hands swatch the Violet Voss. Yeah, so the only one I can really wear on this palette, if that'll focus, I don't know how well this is in view of the camera. Let me just, there we go, that's a little better. I can only really wear the lighter shade, so I am just gonna go ahead and pass on the palette. They do feel really nice, but since I can't wear two of the shades, I don't see the point in keeping it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pass him on. Okay, so actually my camera's about to overheat, so give me a minute and I'm gonna count how many shades there are, and then I'll be back in a second. Okay guys, so I have counted both sides. I am keeping exactly 25 palettes, and I'm getting rid of exactly 23. So I started with 48 and I'm keeping 25. That's almost perfect. 24, if I moved one of these over here, it'd be perfect, which, like I said, that Smashbox might be joining. So I'm pretty damn proud of myself. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. 22. I grabbed an eyeshadow palette over here. So actually, I'm getting rid of 22 and I'm keeping 25. Okay, not so perfect anymore, but that's still pretty darn good. Go me. Okay. So, as always, if you guys want to see tutorials or reviews on any of these things, if you want to see a review on this Ofra blush palette, let me know. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.